have you ever thought of like writing your own lyrics sometime for your songs?
Yeah, when it comes to like lyric writing, I've never done it. I've always thought it'd be nice to have like a song that I write my own lyrics for it to be personal, but I've never done it, and that's the scary part.
Right.
Because like I feel like first time for everything is always hard, and my vocabulary in English is very.
That's
it's very,
okay. Simple
like,
is best sometimes.
yeah, but I feel like there's I don't know how you guys do it. Like whenever you write your lyrics yourself, like I'm just like, how do you do it? Teach me how you do it. Like where do you get your vocabulary? Where do you get those ideas to put like that phrase in, that artistic phrase in there that's not super like. I feel like if I were to make a song, like right now, if I tried to make a song, it would be like, oh, I love you. Yay, I love you. It's like literally gonna be like literally like the meaning of the lyrics is exactly what it says.
Ah,
Like
I
it wouldn't
see.
be deep, you know?
It wouldn't be figurative. I see.
Yeah, it wouldn't be figurative. It would just be like super direct in like the most cheesiest way possible. And yeah, I just don't know if people would like that, so that's the scary part. But I do want to like challenge myself at some point, at least once in my life. If I can figure out something that is satisfiable, like is satisfactory quality for me, even, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, but hopefully.
I think so, for sure. I mean, and take your time on it. No need to rush, but like if you ever need advice, there are lots of songwriters here that are happy to help you. And I feel like also if you just try writing some poetry, that also might help.
I used to write poetry as a kid, like I remember I made a whole poetry book for one of my projects. And yeah, I used to actually like writing up until high school. And then I got into high school, and then I realized my writing has not evolved past middle school. Past middle school fan fiction. So yeah, that was that was a phase.
I mean,
browsing the fan fiction website.
even that can be a tool. You never know, because I think at the end of the day, it's the same feeling for like when you do a concert or a show. You don't have to worry about messing up because your fans are there to see you, right? So when it comes to you writing lyrics, like also, you know, don't worry too much about it, because I think that your fans will just want to hear like your voice and your story, even if it's not like to your standards, or even if you don't think they're the greatest lyrics in the world. Sometimes they just want to hear your voice in a song, and like, you know, not just your voice, but like your lyrics too, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Maybe eventually.
Maybe
like,
someday, no rush.
One day, yeah, hopefully. I do want to try that, but
Right?
yeah, it's just like, where do you guys think of those words? Like,
I think I use too many complicated words, to be honest. I've been some of my music senpai have said maybe try using simpler words, and I've realized that after doing that, I feel like some of my works are like a lot more easy to digest to people listening, I guess.
yeah, I also feel like it's really hard. Like, it's much harder than I think writing poetry, in my point of view, because usually you have like the melody already, and you have to fit the lyrics to fit the melody in a way that sounds natural and also flows and also rhymes. But like, not just the rhyming, it has to kind of flow, like, you know, otherwise it would end up being too wordy. Or maybe, for example, you would write a phrase and then you realize, oh wait, this might actually not sound good with the specific melody, you know, how the words are put on top of the melody. So you have to think of a different word that means the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that's the hard part. And when it comes to poetry, I don't think you have to worry about the melody, so you just kind of, you know, go with it. I don't know how you guys do it. Yeah.
There's still so much that we've got to learn. It's always a process, you know, but I think good lyrics can also be subjective. Some parts are objective, but, you know, I think that it's not something you got to worry too much about. You know, go with the flow. Like, there are some songs that I've heard in the mainstream where I'm like, why'd they think that was okay? But plenty of people love it, you know?
Mainstream songs, I didn't like, as up until recently, I never really actually really listened to lyrics, especially on the radio. You like 80% of the stuff that you hear on the radio, you don't even know what they're saying. You try to hear what they're saying, you can't hear it from, I don't know if it's the way they do it on purpose or something, but it's really hard to tell what they're actually saying in the lyrics. And then you look it up later on, and you're like, wait, it's totally different from what I thought it sounded, you know?
Yeah, they were saying words, and like,
yeah, they were saying words. They were talking about stuff.
a lot of my more quote-unquote normal friends have told me like they don't even really care what the lyrics say. They
Yeah.
just like the vibe.
Honestly, that was me pretty much. Up until very recently, I was just like, lyrics, you just kind of plaster whatever you want on there as long as the melody sounds nice, you know? You're not going to even understand what they're saying anyways, kind of. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
Up until recently, I was in that same camp where I just vibe, and then later on you find out they're talking about like very ooh la la stuff, and you're just like, wait, what? You know? Yeah, so...
Yeah.